What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Elden Ring walkthrough. We are here in the Subterranean Shunning grounds. As I mentioned in the last episode, this is one of the most confusing areas of the game, but I'm going to do my very best to break it down for you. First, just a quick equipment check. I'm going to take off the Arsenal Charm because I don't need it anymore to carry my weapon because I'm not using the Grafted Blade Greatsword anymore. I'm actually going to throw on the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman to boost my physical damage negation. There's one spot in particular that I really want this for. There's one of the giant Revenant guys that teleport and just do ridiculous damage. I've mentioned them many times. I've shown them many times before in the walkthrough. You've encountered them before as well. We're going to encounter one in here, so I'm going to have this equipped just to boost my physical damage negation. And to boost it even further, I do not think I have any of the boiled prawns. So I'm actually going to do something real quick. I'm going to work back here to the boil prawn shack. And I'm going to buy some from this guy. And it's actually going to... This will actually accomplish two purposes. For one, it'll give me an item that'll boost my defenses. For two...
All right, mate.
It will actually progress this guy's side quest, which I need, because I need him to move, and I don't think he moves until you buy some of these. I'm just going to go ahead and buy 20. That's probably overkill.
You're tarnished too, ain't you? Can you see it then? The guidance of grace, I mean. I can't see it at all no more. Makes no bloody sense anyway. Why some no-name shithead like me should get called to the lands between. Cruel bloody joke, you ask me. Maybe something went tits-o with it. Maybe it's been broke for a good long time. The tree, I'm saying.
Okay, so we can leave.
Someone with a taste for prawn could make good mates, I reckon. I'll be seeing you.
Okay, so I think once you get that gesture, I think that triggers his next movement. I'm going to go ahead and quit out and reload the area just to make sure. And when we load back in, he should be gone. And this is part of the Dung Eater side quest. So I want to make sure that I do this right because the Dung Eater side quest does have an impact on the ending. Speaking of the Dung Eater side quest, you should have, if you've been following the walkthrough, I believe in part 1 of the Landell Capital episodes, we picked up a seedbed curse. Make sure you have a seedbed curse in your inventory. Or actually, if you do, you need to make sure that you go back to Round Table Hold and talk to the Dung Eater. If you talk to the Dung Eater with at least one seedbed curse in your inventory, he will give you this key, which we also got, the sewer jail key. We also got that in, I believe, the first Landell Capital episode as well. So if you don't have this item, make sure you get it before you follow this route, or at least make sure you have it if you want to have access to all the endings at the end of the game. The Dung Eater's ending is not required for the Platinum Trophy, but if you're just going for general 100% whatever, you might want to make sure that you have it. Because if you want access to all the endings of the game, you have to do this side quest. And in order to do this side quest, you need that key. And again, to get the key, you need at least one seedbed curse in your inventory, and you need to talk to the Dung Eater at the Round Table Hold. So let's see here. We got 3 of these big guys in here. You actually don't need to fight them, but there are a couple spots where you are going to need to fight them. So I'm going to show you how you beat them. Run up to them, do a jump attack. It should get a quick stun. Immediately do a Bloodhounds, and then do the follow up. You should get a stagger. Run around. Well, I missed the critical, but it doesn't matter. That was a bad example, but I'll show you with this one. And you do not need to kill these. You can actually run right by them. In fact, after I kill them, I'm actually going to reload the area just to show you, hey, you can run right by them. You don't even need to fight them. But it might be good practice just to get a few reps in. So jump attack, special, follow up the special. You should get a stagger. From here, you should be able to get your critical. I missed that on the first one I bought. And then after that, do another jump attack. You'll get the bleed, and then finish them off. And even if your bleed doesn't hit at the same time, if your bleed doesn't hit, just do another special and you should get them. So again, the routine, jump attack, special. Oops, the follow-up to that special missed, but I hit him a couple times with R1 to get the to stagger. So do the stagger shot. After that, do another jump attack, and you should kill him. And over here, we got a couple items. So I'm going to reload the area. And I'm going to kill one more of them because 2 of those 3 were bad examples. Normally, I'm able to get that combo to work exactly right. I mean, I still killed all of them, but not via the combo I normally use. So jump attack, special, do the follow-up to your special. You should get a stagger, get the crit. And then here, you can do a jump attack or do a fully charged heavy. Get that bleed to go, and then follow up with an R1. And that usually gets the kill. And I'm running around with a bunch of runes, so I'm gonna get my next level up here. I need 44, so I need 12,000 to get my next level. I don't know how much these even give me, just to be honest. I'm totally guessing. Now it's close, but I don't think that's enough. I need 44. I need like 400 more. So I'm just gonna pop a couple of these. And I just don't want to be walking around here with a bunch of runes, because I mean, it's very manageable, but you know, you never know when you're gonna die in these places. So again, trying to work my strength up to 40. And just to show you, don't have to kill these guys to get to where we're going. So, I mean, there is an item here. You can pick up this item here without killing him. There is an item here. You can pick up this item here without killing him. You might get hit. I usually actually do get hit picking up those items, but you get hit one time, it's not going to be the end of the world. Just hop down here, hop down this hole, and you can heal up. There are rats down here. You can pick up these preserving boluses. There's going to be one that breaks out of this box, kind of as a surprise. So once he breaks out, just roll back, let him do his jump attack, and then do a jump attack of your own, kill him in one hit. And these rats, you generally should be able to kill in one hit if you're following my build. So you notice this sewer pipe off to the side. This is actually our progression route. We don't want to hit that up yet. So run up, grab this item, and then just stay on the move. Do not stop. Just sprint past these guys. This one's probably going to try to do his, like, summon, you know, the laser things. As long as you run to this ladder and climb straight up, you should be fine. I've never gotten hit by that if I sprint and grab the ladder. So there are little hands on the top. We just got a rune arc there. Shoot these things down. Jump attacks work wonders on these things. So once you get one of them down, the other 2 come down. But jump attacks work wonders. And we have a trap here. So you see the big hand is, you know, waiting for you to grab that item so he can grab you. So just go right behind it, kind of line up right near where these big fingers are, and do a jump attack. That'll get him to come up. Do a special, follow up the special. Should get a stun. Do the crit, and that should be it for the hand. Now, this might technically be a random drop. We got a Lost Ashes of War. That's not a random drop, but this might technically be a random drop, but almost always when I kill this hand for the first time, I don't know if there's ever been a time that it hasn't happened. The first time I kill this hand, you get a Sombering Smithing Stone 7. Somber Smithing Stone, I should say. 7. We need that to upgrade our weapon. We've been wanting a Somber 7 for a long time now. So if you want, you can go ahead and warp out and level up your weapon. I'm gonna hold out for just a little bit because I'm not 100% sure that's a guaranteed drop, and I don't want to take advantage of something that some of y'all watching might not get to take advantage of. So this is what we need the sewer jail key for. This is where the Dung Eater's proper body is, because if you remember the one at Round Table Hold, he's like a red phantom version. This is his actual body. So let's talk to him. And we're gonna set him free. I know that you want to probably kill this guy, but if you want access to all the endings, do not kill him.
That when they're reborn, they'll be cursed, along with their children and their children's children, for all time to come.
Okay, I know he's a super duper sketchy guy.
File each corpse with care, just to be sure that when they're reborn, they'll be cursed.
Okay, and his quest line is required for a trophy. I'm gonna go ahead and quit out and then load back in, and he should be gone. I know he's super sketchy. His ending is not required for a trophy, but again, if you're going for just kind of everything, you want to follow his quest line to get what you need for his ending. So don't kill him if you're going for that. So he's gone now, and this is actually a dead end for us. So I'm gonna warp back here to our first site of grace, and as I said, I'm not going to use that Sombering 7 yet because I'm not 100% sure that's a guaranteed drop, and I don't want to make myself any stronger than anybody watching this might be able to become at this point in time, because I'm not 100% sure that every single one of you is going to get that drop. So what we want to do next is hop down this ladder, and I'm going to use my shield here because there's a bunch of imps, and it's easy just to guard counter them. I got some freezing grease back there. And this is the first kind of like really, truly confusing section of this level. So you see if you look closely, there's imps hanging on these pipes on the side, and they're just waiting to ambush you. There's one that drops down from right here. It's just, ugh. There's a bunch of these around here. So just watch your step. There's a bunch of them waiting to drop down on you. Now you see there's another one up there. Sometimes if you shoot them, they'll fall all the way down to their death. Not always, but there's one on that wall there, you see. I mean, it's just like they're all over the place in here. And this is where the level starts to get a little bit labyrinthy. Like that first spot that we went to is basically a dead end. I'm going to shoot this guy down. I wish he'd fall all the way down, but he's probably going to run over to us. That's fine. Or throw knives at us. There's going to be one that busts out of these boxes, too, and like, just comes out swinging. I still took the hit, even though I knew he was there. All right, going to shield up. Guard counter. Critical. And I'm going to stay at +6 until we get the guaranteed +7. And just for the sake of, you know, making this episode kind of more streamlined, I'm not going to warp back to round table hold every time I get an upgrade, because we're actually going to get a +8 down here too. Bunch of imps. So shield up, guard counter, and I hit both of them with that one. This critical should get rid of him. Nope, not quite. Just make sure you don't fall off these pipes. Whatever you do. He's throwing a pot at me. Come on, buddy. There you go. Fell to his death. Works just the same. All right. I'm going to pick this up. Somber 6. And let's see, make sure this guy's dead. Okay. So over this way, you notice there's a pipe over there. There's an imp right there. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him just cause they're annoying and I don't like them and I want him to fall to his death. Oh, come on. There he goes. We can't get over there yet, so don't even worry about it. We're gonna get there later. All right. So over here, we can pick up this Smithing Stone 7. Not to be confused with a Somber Smithing Stone 7. And we can get over here. And there's going to be one of these giant dudes that I told you might be a good idea to practice. So same routine. Jump attack. Special. Follow up to the special. Get the critical. Charged heavy when he's getting back up. And then finish with an R1. And fortunately, the combo is not going to be that elaborate once we get our Sombering 7 and Sombering 8 especially. Now, so we got the Shadow Bait spell. This guy. So this unlocks the path back to the main area. And this guy seems eager, so I'm gonna, I'm gonna take care of him. Same combo. Okay. So what we're going to do now that we have this pathway unlocked, and again, this takes us, see that ladder? That's the ladder that we first came down. If you go straight to your left, that's going to be our original site of grace. So we've unlocked this. So we're going to backtrack just a tad here. And I'm going to take you to some guaranteed Somber 7s. Because that first one, I'm not quite sure. So what you want to do is you want to jump down on this pipe. And you need, see that pipe down there? It's very faint, but it is there. You need to land on that. Because if you land all the way on the ground, you're gonna take lethal fall damage. So what you're going to want to do is either equip your... where is it? Longtail Cat Talisman to negate the fall damage. Or what I'm going to do, because I don't want to equip and unequip a talisman for one jump, I'm just going to use a soft cotton, which will negate fall damage as well. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to kind of want to do a running jump to make sure you land on this pipe. And you might not get this first try, but do a run jump, jump to the side, make sure you land on this pipe, and you should be safe. Again, if you take this extra like foot of a fall and land on the ground, you're dead. Just keep that in mind. What we want to do now is run, stick to this right-hand side of the wall. This lobster's going to get up. Just run, 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 run. He's going to try to shoot you. If he shoots you, just keep running. And you're going to get over here. And this is actually a Catacombs. So this is a full-fledged Catacombs. So as if this area wasn't already large enough in of itself, they put a Catacombs down here. And so this, I mean, this sewer area is large enough to be its own dungeon. But then, of course, they tack on a Catacombs down here. So actually, there's something else as well. You can take this lift up, and there's nothing on this ledge. I know you could drop down to it theoretically, but there's nothing there, so don't waste your time. Let's take this lift up. And this is not part of the Catacombs per se, but what you want to do is right here is a fake wall. And these are spirit, you know, ghost enemies that are summoned by this snail. And to get to that snail, you have to go through those... fake walls. You get the Hallydrake Talisman +1 to negate holy damage. And now once you kill those snails, those ghosts are gone. And so now you can pick up the Golden Rune 11 and you can pull this switch. And the switch opens up this door. And lo and behold, there's our guy that we killed. He's back because we rested at that site of grace in the Catacombs. But, you know, if we go back up there and to the right, we're going to get back to that pipe that we dropped down on to get all the way to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warp to the Lanedale Catacombs. And there are some giant lobster enemies down here, which, in my opinion, are some of the hardest enemies in the game. Now, you do not need to kill them to get where we're going to get. You can run right past them, but... just for the sake of showing you how to kill them, I'm going to kill them. So this one is resting. I basically spam my weapon art to kill these things. Point blank, that's how I do it. So I'm going to jump attack him, wake him up, and then weapon art. And these guys hit so freaking hard. They've got a massive grab attack. So wait for an attack, and that'll give you an opening. And then eventually you'll get a stun. And as I said, you do not need to kill these things. I'm just showing you, theoretically, if you wanted to, how you would kill them. And so that one's dead. As I said, I use a lot of Bloodhound's finesse to kill those things. Now, he was sleeping. You don't need to fight him. But what you do want to make sure you get right here is Mohg's Shackle. Much like Margit's Shackle that stunned, you could use him to stun the boss fight. We're going to be fighting Mohg a bit later, and you can use this shackle to stun him. It's an infinite use item, but you can only use it twice during the boss fight. If you use it more than twice, it's not going to impact him anymore. So we got a Smithing Stone 7, and in here we have a Scarab that is going to give us a guaranteed Somber 7. So... the other one may have been a bit RNG. This one is not RNG. This one is guaranteed. Theoretically, if you do not kill that lobster, you could run straight to this pipe, and you can kill this thing. It might be a suicide run, but you will be able to get this Somber 7. And if, in case you don't want this one, there's another lobster over here. But just to show you that you don't have to kill the lobster, there's another Somber 7 right there. Guaranteed Somber 7. Just laying there on the floor. So we have three Somber 7s. One of them may have been RNG based, even though the vast majority of the time, if not every time I've actually gotten it from killing that hand. And we got 2 guaranteed ones down here. I'm just going to fight this lobster. In fact, just to bolster my chances. No, I don't. I'm not gonna boost myself. I might. Yeah, he's probably gonna kill me. These lobsters are probably the hardest enemies of the game. I was trying to. Oh my gosh, I was trying to heal there, and I had my Cerulean Tears flask equipped. How many times has that happened? But fortunately, since we unlocked this Catacombs site of grace down here, you're going to respawn right here, even if these lobsters kill you. And as I said, it may be a suicide run. I've got 20 some odd thousand runes on the line. I'm not really that been out of shape about it. I'm going to run and see if I can get them and see if I can get these other items down here. And if I can't, it really doesn't matter. So just to show you, do not have to kill these lobsters. There's an extra smithing stone 7 down here as well. You can roll and hopefully dodge their physical attacks. And I haven't killed either one of them here. And this one's like on me directly. I just got sniped. If you're in a bad situation, you can, well, theoretically hide in one of those pipes. You know, you can get the loot down here without killing the lobsters is all I'm trying to say. It might take you a couple runs at it, but you can definitely do it. So I'm gonna try to get my runes back, and then really I'm gonna warp back to this site of grace, or maybe not warp, but just run back to it if I can. The thing about these lobsters is they have that snipe attack where they can shoot the water at you and do just an absurd amount of damage with it. All right, so I got out. So that's all we're gonna do down here for now. We're gonna come back later to do these catacombs. I'm not gonna do the catacombs right now. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is you go ahead and upgrade your weapon to somber to +7 if you want. We're about to get a +8, so I'm only gonna make one trip to Round Table Hold. So if you want, at this point would be a great opportunity to go level up your weapon if you want to +7. As I said, I'm going to keep going. And once I get my Sombering 8, I'm going to go back and level up everything. So I'm just going to run past these guys again. We're going to do that drop down that we did before. Remember when I showed you that pipe on the right and said that's the progression route? That's where we're headed right now. So run down here, run past the rats, or fight them if you want to. And you want to go in this pipe. And I'm going to throw on my lantern just for some extra light. And so this is especially where things get really confusing. I'm actually going to be using prism stones to mark my path just as a guide. And I suggest you do the same. So I'm going to throw on my prism stones. Let's see, put them right here. How many do I have? I've got 21. That's more than enough. So I'm going to throw one down right here. And what I'm doing is I'm saying, hey, we're going to drop down this hole. If I throw a prism stone in front of a hole, it's saying, hey, I've already dropped down this hole. So if we find this hole again, I'm not going to drop down it again because we've already dropped down. So that rat actually came after me. So we dropped down the hole. And we're just going to go straight. And there's going to be some of these Revenant guys, the smaller ones that throw these spirits at you. And some of them will jump in your face. In just a minute, we're going to go on the other side of this gate where there's going to be more of these things, and there's going to be a giant one, which is why I bought those defense prawn items to bolster my defense against it. So you got a stone sword key down here. You can open up this gate. And then that's a dead end. You can go this way. There's a bunch of the slugs down here. And this is another dead end. So you want to turn right here. And where this little opening is with all these slugs, that's where you want to go. And if you turn this way, we have a hole. But you see our stone here says, hey, we've already gone down this one. So that's going to, as I said, it tremendously helps with navigation. Just to throw these stones down where you've been. So we got a glass shard here. And we're going to go up just a little bit. And we're going to see an item right in front of us. But there is a hole. And we're going to drop down this hole. So throw down a smithing stone to say, hey, we've been in this hole. I need to heal up because what we're about to do is we're about to fight one of the giant revenant things. Now, I hate fighting these things, but there is some mildly okay loot down here. There's a rather regular smithing stone 7, not a sombering, regular smithing stone 7, and some like crafting materials. Probably in the grand scheme of things, not worth it. It's not worth the trouble of what it takes to get it. But just for the sake of showing you what it is, I'm going to drop down and I'm going to do this fight and hopefully survive. If you don't want to do it, totally optional. You can just jump right across, jump over this hole and get that item and carry on your merry way, because we're going to drop down and I'm going to show you the path back to this item on the other side of the pipe. And then you can pick up right from there and you will be able to do everything else that we're about to do. So I'll let you be the judge if this is even worth it or not. Again, I have my Dragon Crest Shield Talisman +1 just to negate the physical damage that this guy does, because he has ridiculous combo chains. I'm going to pop one of these prawns that we bought for defense, extra defense. Boost physical damage negation. And I'm going to pop my Physic Flask just for some extra attack power. And what I do is, so you drop down here, and there's a few of the smaller guys. We're going to just kind of run around this wall, take out some of the smaller guys, wait for the big one to spawn, and right when the big one spawns, I just start spamming my weapon art, Bloodhound's Finesse, and just try to get as much damage on him as quickly as possible. So there he is. Hope I survive, and he already teleported away from me. And see, just look at this, like, good, ooh, I hate these things. I seriously hate them, and they teleport. And then that poison is actually, I like to see the poison because that means he's going to stay still for like half a second. Come on, let me have it. Let me have it. Thank you. Ooh. I literally have shivers down my spine right now. Those things are so tough to fight. He pretty much always drops a Ghost Glovewort 6. But down here we have Grey Violet and a Smithing Stone 7. So is that worth it to you? If it is, go ahead and go for it. More Grey Violet. Yippee. It is really dark down here, so I'm going to pull out my torch just so I can see where the heck I'm going. Okay, so this is the exit. And there's another one of these guys down here, to the smaller ones that are reasonably okay to kill. Oh my gosh, I need a minute to decompress from that. Golly, those things, they teleport, those things. I'm so glad that I had that defensive buff equipped, because he probably would have killed me had I not had that on. So slugs, not nearly as much of a threat. But yeah, if I were just playing this myself, not for a walkthrough, 110% would not drop down there and do that fight. No, not even a question. But this is a walkthrough, and I need to show you guys this stuff. So I did it for y'all. You're welcome. Okay, so we drop down that hole. That's where we fought the nonsense. And so here's that item across from the hole. So if you just jumped across this hole, grab this item, you can pick up right here, and we are going to be happily heading down our path, and you're not going to miss anything. So those slugs, that's an ambush. They just kind of jump out at you, try to hit you. Over here we get some fireproof dried liver. Okay, so this is part of the main path. This is not optional, and this is tough. That item right in front of us is a Sombering 8, which we need. You see that big guy up there? I'm going to shoot him to get him to come down here, because if you run into this room, not only he will come down, it is possible, there's 2 more of them up there. It's possible that all 3 of them will climb down this ladder. I've had just him come down before. I've had all 3 of them come down before. So it's best to just fight him kind of farther away, because I think the likelihood of the others coming down while you're fighting just him is less likely if you fight him further back. So here's number 2. And I think the trigger is if you kind of walk forward into this room too far, the other ones come down. There's another one up there. He may or may not come down, but same routine. Special. Follow it up. Get the crit. Charged heavy. Right here. And if necessary, follow up with an R1. here's the third one coming down. So again, you don't want to charge too far forward, because if you do, it's possible that you could have more than one of these in the room at the same time. And these guys are manageable 1v1, but having more than one at the same time. Oh man, I missed my critical there. That's fine though. There we go. Oh, he's not dead yet. There we go. 1v1, not too horrible, but any more than one, it's trouble. So I recommend you kind of doing what I did there. Kind of try your best to pull them one by one. I've had it before though, where only the one comes down and then the other two are still up here. Or I've had it where two of them come down and one of them is still up here. But since all three of them came down, there's going to be no more up here. This door right here is going to be our progression to get deeper into the dungeon. So just keep that in mind. This lever is going to take us back to our starting point. So this is the other side. So this is the hole that we ran to drop down at first to talk to the Dung Eater. So run straight past these guys. Our side of grace is going to be on the right. And I'm going to rest here. And can I level up? Not quite, but I'm going to use some runes to level up. I need like 5,000 more. I mean, well, this, I don't know. I'm just guessing. And I should be able to get my strength up to a solid 40. From this point forward, I'm going to be splitting between vigor and dex for a while, probably. So now is the time, guys. I'm going to go to round table hold and get my bloodhounds to +9. I cannot wait. So I showed you two guaranteed somber 7s, a guaranteed somber 8. We already have the somber 9. There we go. The somber 9. We already have the somber 9. And just to reiterate, where we got the somber 9, this was several episodes ago when we first went here to the Bestial Sanctum. If you go down here, there's a site of grace right here. Right over here, there's going to be a scarab that you can kill for your 9. That's where I got it from. So that's a guaranteed 9 as well. I'll add. It's guaranteed. I'm definitely going to need to pop some runes here to get the upgrades I want. And since we have 2 other 7s, I'm also going to level up my bow to 7, and I'm going to level up the grafted greatsword to 7. Let's see. I'll use 2 of these. How many does that give me? 15,000. We'll see if that's enough. The sombering upgrades are quite pricey. All right, +7, +8, +9. Oh, so good. We're going to be doing so much damage. And +10 is max level. So we need a somber ancient dragon smithing stone for that. All right, we'll take this up to +7. And then we'll take our grafted greatsword up to +7 as well. So we're out of sombering 7s. We have no more somber 8s, but we are in fantastic shape. So I am going to warp back to the subterranean shunning grounds, this underground roadside, and we are going to carry on our merry way. All right, guys, so we are back here at the Subterranean Shunning Grounds. I'm going to throw my lantern on, and this time with a +9 weapon, so yay us. So I'm going to throw my Crimson Dagger back on, because I don't, you know, the main thing I wanted that damage absorption talisman on was for the giant revenant thing that we fought just a bit ago. So don't need to do this, but just as a quick damage check, you're going to see we kill these things much faster than we used to now. I'm still going to use my bloodhounds to get them. We do the critical. And this time, I mean, normally we still have to do another attack after that. But, I mean, that attack was even overkill to get him that time. And, I mean, you don't have to be as careful with these guys as you used to. Don't get sloppy, but we are doing quite a bit more damage than we used to. These guys I'm just going to run past, even though I took a hit there, but that's fine. Because where we're going is over here. Remember, we unlocked this door. And I said this is the progression path forward for us. So once you get across here, I'm going to attack this guy. Down here's an item. Knocked him over. It's got some Grace Mimics. It's just a quick equipment check right now. We're doing 601 with our Bloodhounds now. Before we were in the 400s. So 601 from 450 something, I think. Very solid increase. He can't fit through the door, haha. But the way we need to go is to drop down, just shimmy off this ledge real quick. And there is a shiny beetle right here for us. Killing him gets you a somber 6. And then this guy, you don't even need to really hit, but he's there, so whatever. And we got some strings for crafting. Warming stones and more of these guys. So these guys who previously would be taking 3 or 4 hits are now taking us 2 hits. Another flower. Take it out real quick before it can poison you. A couple more are going to sprout up over here. Take them out. Look behind you for an item. This is going to be our progression route. This way is a dead end, but it takes you to a Spirit Ash. Now, this might be more trouble than it's worth. There's 3 or 4 basilisks down here that are hiding behind that flower. I'm going to see if I can snipe them and lure them over here, because the flowers are a pain to kill. There we go. I hit one of them. See if he'll come over here. He'll blow his smoke. And there's a couple more back here behind the flower. It's hard to see them, though, because they are hiding behind the flower, unfortunately. And you could... One thing you could do is you could craft a bunch of fire pots. And you could just basically incinerate the flower. I mean, it'll take you still about 20 fire pots to kill it. But then it'll get rid of it, and then it'll give you a clear angle on these basilisks. Because there are several of them down here. And again, this is a dead-end path, which it's going to give us Spirit Ashes, and I'm probably not even going to use these particular Spirit Ashes. Now the other ones are coming out, so... I'm doing this a little bit dangerously. But I'm trying to be quick, just in the interest of time. If you want to be more careful, you can certainly be more careful. Just make sure that death meter doesn't get all the way up. If I get poisoned, I don't even care. But, as I said, you can be much more careful. You can blow that thing up with fire pots or anything ranged. It's just going to take a couple minutes. There's going to be one that jumps out over here. And I'll let you decide it if this piece... I'll let you be the judge if this piece of loot is even worth this kind of trouble we're going through. Oh, it's still... Oh, well, that death meter was still going up. I thought I was out of the smoke, but it kept going up. So for this, we get the Nomad Ashes. I mean, I'm not going to be using these, but just wanted to point it out that it's there if you want it. On this worthless little side dead-end path. Again, if this weren't a walkthrough, I would not bother with this. And again, as I've said, I'm gonna go on and take off my poison. As I said, you could... Well, I can't craft right now because I've got enemy aggro on me. But just as an option, once I get my crafting back, here we go. You could just craft a bunch of fire pots. And then equip them. And this would be the safer, but more time-consuming way of dealing with this. And you can lock onto this guy, just lob your fire pots at him over and over and over again. You see each one does a pretty small amount of damage to his health, but you know, if you're wanting to take a more cautious way of dealing with that, that's how you could. If you really wanted to get down there and get those ashes. So through here, lucky us, we have more basilisks. Try to fight them 1v1 as much as you can. Fortunately, we can take these guys out in like 2 hits now instead of probably 4 hits. All right, wait for the fog to dissipate. Over here, we got a prisoner. All right, so one thing I want to point out. If you look up, there's a hole. So our goal is to drop down on the other side of this gate because this gate does not open from this side. So if we drop down from this hole, we're going to land on the wrong side of the gate again and have to circle back around and do everything over again. So I'm going to show you how to navigate this area as well. That basilisk is not paying attention. So up here, we have this guy. It's another one of the, big dudes. We fought several of them so far. He's going to turn around, though, and you can sneak around and get a free backstab on him if you're crafty. And as soon as he gets up, jump attack, and do my special. And I don't need to do the crit. So we're much stronger now. We get the Omen Bairn. Some other stuff down here. Gold centipedes, glass shards. And so we can climb up this ladder. So there is another ladder that we're going to knock down in just a bit. And that functions basically as a shortcut once we get up there. And there's a bunch of twinkling beetles up here. These are all the Crimson and Cerulean versions that give you flasks back. None of these are going to be ones that like give you Ashes of War or Smithing Stones or anything like that. We got Poison Stone. We got this door we can open, which now functions as a shortcut. Right in front of us is going to be our first site of grace that we had access to. Right when we dropped down to this God-forsaken place. That's where we started. So now we have a really big shortcut back here. I'm going to knock this imp down. There are imps kind of chilling all over these pipes. So down there is where we were earlier. We've already done that stuff down there. Got one hanging on the pipe right here. I got one hanging up on the ceiling that wants to drop down and surprise us. Okay. Got one hanging on the wall over there, and then there's one like up kind of right directly down this pipe. And these guys will throw knives at you too. Run with your shield up, and you can dodge the knife. There we go. So just quick check. Remember before, we kind of went around this pipe down there, and then we went that way. And I pointed out, I was like, you can't make this jump over here. We're going to get there later. So now is later. So now we have access to these pipes over here. First, we're going to go all the way up to the top. We'll drop down right here to this side. There's a bunch of imps here that are going to want to fight us. See, that one drops down. We got the other one throwing knives at us. Just try to dispose of these guys quickly. Heal if you need to. Don't these guys kind of sneak up on you. Ugh. Those combos are nasty. There's going to be one that like... There's one that's chilling on the pipe right there. He's going to try to sneak up on you later. And there's one that's going to rush out this door right here. So just kind of like get him to come out. He's going to, if you go past this doorway, he's going to try to knock you over. And he can knock you over. So try to lure him out before you actually walk past here. Okay, so we got this gold rune. There's really no reason to drop down here because all it's going to do is it's just going to wrap you right back up to where we are now. There's nothing else down there. This imp dropped something, so I'm going to go back pick it up. Let's see. Go through here. And so remember, I pointed out that ladder that you can kick down as a shortcut. There's the guy we killed down here. So effectively, go through those doors straight across that bridge. You can kind of faintly see our site of grace over there. So if you die and respawn there, just run straight across that bridge. You can drop down this ladder. Now you can climb up this ladder. And now we can go drop on this pipe and we can jump inside. And this is where the fun begins. This is, well, not begins, but this area is very confusing. There's just a lot of branching paths. If you want to go straight to the exit, see where the path bends around right here. You can just go straight down here, and this is going to lead us towards the exit. This way leads us to loot. And so we're going to get all the stuff by going this way. And it's not great stuff. I mean, there's a couple things that might be worthwhile. But you see, there's a bunch of spots where, like, the path splits up. Here we got a cerulean scarab. Okay, and then, so we got 2 paths we could possibly go. So straight ahead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this path with a stone saying, hey, we've been down here. So that gate right in front of us, that gate's going to indicate, okay, this is our way back to where we need to go. So I'm going to mark this, and once we get back here, this will say, hey, we don't need to go down this path again. We've already gone down this path. So this is going to take us around to a red scarab. And again, you don't need to kill these things if you don't need the flasks. And then I'm going to throw down another stone to say, hey, this is our way back. So you go this way. All you have is a blue scarab. Otherwise, it is completely a dead end. So the gate here marks our dead end. You can circle around this way, though, and then get a smithing stone 7. 4 of them. So that's, you know, you could actually, that's pretty worthwhile. So down here, you don't want to drop back down there. You've already done all that down there. So that doesn't take us anywhere new. Let's head back down this way. The gate, that gate takes us to a dead end. So we're going to go back down here where our stone says, this is our path. And here we go. So that is our way back. So now we're going to take this pathway. We're going to drop a stone. And so basically how we're going to navigate the way back is when we come back here, we say, okay, we've got a stone here and a stone here and no stone here. The side with no stone is going to be the one that tells us kind of where to go. Okay, so we have another branching path here. So we're going to lay a stone down here. And so just know when we get back to this T intersection, we're going to take a left. So here we just have another scarab that leads to a dead end. But and we don't need to go back down this path, so I'm going to mark it. And here, got some Eye of Yellow. So don't need to go back down there. I already completed this pathway. I said T intersection, go left. So gonna drop a stone here. So that way we know on our way back, hey, we've gone down this way, we've gone down that way. So our way back is the way that doesn't have the stone. All right, so we're gonna go around here. There's gonna be a little offshoot here. Warming stones. Got another crimson scarab. And a prisoner right here. So right here, we got a smithing stone 8. So pretty high level stuff. To get back, we're just gonna go through here, go straight back down the way we came. And that was just a quick little offshoot. That's not another pathway. All right. So we've explored this path. We've explored that path. This is our way back. And again, we've explored this path. We've explored that path. This is our way back. And this is where it bends around. This is where I showed you. If you just want to take the progression and skip the loot, you can just go this way. Let's follow this pipe around. We got a golden rune 11. So straight ahead is a hole that we do not want to drop down. This hole takes us to the, remember that gate that I showed you where if you drop down a hole, I showed you the hole And I was like, if you drop down this hole, you're getting up on the wrong side of the gate. It doesn't open. Well, that is the hole. That is the wrong side of the gate. So here is our smithing stone 11. So basically grab that smithing stone, turn back around, and then take this side offshoot path right here. So basically, if you grab the stone and then orient your camera backwards where you came from, you're going to want to take a right. There's going to be a rat down here. You see the rat, that's how you know you went the right way. And then here is our hole on the other side of the gate. That is the correct hole. Now you could jump around, you could jump over here and circle around to the other hole. That's the wrong hole. But really there's no loot. All that's going to happen, I think there's a giant rat on the other side of this. So you don't need to really fight that. Just drop down the hole. And then there's going to be a prisoner greeting you. Pick up the loot, smithing stone 5. And now we can open the gate. So remember, I showed you before this on the wrong side of the gate. There's the hole that you don't want to drop down. We went to the right side of the gate so we could open it. And there's the hole that we did drop down right there. So now we are more or less home free. Drop down this ladder. There's going to be some jars in here. Take out the giant jar first. Whoops, I'm not two-handing. I couldn't do my bloodhounds. Let's try that again. There we go. Bunch of jars in here. Get the loot, some ritual pots. And we're going to take this elevator straight down. And this is, for all intents and purposes, the end of the Subterranean Shunning grounds. Once you find this elevator, congratulations. Make sure you pop this site of grace right here. And levels. So we need 14,000 to level up. We're about to fight a boss, so I'm going to take the level. We need 14,000. How much is 2 of these going to give us? 12,500. So for our level, we need 46, so I need another 1,500. I'll use 5 of these, maybe. Hopefully that'll get me close. Okay. So level up, we got our strength to 40. So I'm going to pop this next one into vigor. And as I said, for the next several levels, I'm going to be alternating between vigor and dex. So that'll increase our HP and it'll increase our damage output because our weapon scales with a C in dex. Okay. So, equipment check. Let's see. I'm going to take these off. And we are going to put on the shackle of Mohg, because that's who we're about to fight. And you can use this twice in the fight. Just keep that in mind. I'm going to be summoning directly after I get inside the room. Let's see, how many gold seeds? Only 1 gold seed. Okay, that's fine. Anything else that I can think of? I mean, obviously, if you want to buff yourself, you can put some exalted flesh on. If you want to buff your attack power, or if you want to buff your defense, you can put other stuff on. Really up to you. I'm not going to be using very many buffs. This guy does do blood damage, so just keep that in mind. And he's not too bad, especially with the summon, but he does have some ranged attacks. I'll do my best to kind of demonstrate everything as we go. And this boss is for a trophy, so make sure you do this if you're going for all achievements. You basically have. I mean, there's more than just the trophy you get from killing this boss, and you'll see what I mean after we're done. So once you walk inside here, there's no fog gate, but once you walk inside, it's boss time. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop my flask. And then once I can summon, I'm going to summon. So there he is. He's showing up. And it's summon time. Oh, man. my flask wore off right before I rang. It let me ring the bell, but it would not let me summon. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I might have to do this twice. He is definitely soloable, but way easier with the summon. I'm gonna go ahead and use the shackle. As I said, you can use it twice. And he does a lot of he has a lot of blood flame attacks. So you see, he does have a lot of range, and he does, you know, he does shoot this stuff at you. He'll also like make it rain on himself. All right, so do his shackle the second time. I believe you can only use the shackle twice. And you see, just using the shackle twice and then doing my specials, I've already got him down to like half health. And I just got a stun on him. Sweet. All right. So you see, very doable solo still, but obviously easier with a summon. And this is, yeah, he's got that close AoE. He also does melee attacks with his trident. Just trying to make sure my health is nice and topped off. I'm gonna try to see if I can bait some of his trident attacks. So there's this rain that he does on top of himself. If you're near him when he does that, you're gonna get hit. I'm surprised he hasn't done any melee attacks yet. There he goes. He also has an overhead slam with his trident. That's pretty brutal. He has a lot of range with that thing. That is a massive trident. So do a bloodhounds here. There's a stab with his trident. Big swipe. I'm gonna end him here. There we go. So, especially with our weapon as powerful as it is now, you saw, I mean, that boss isn't too bad, especially if you're using the shackle. The shackle really helps, because as I showed you, I took away basically almost half of his health by using 2 shackles and then doing a jump attack followed by a special. So I'm going to take off the shackle because I'm not going to use that again. So we have a grace here. And I think we got like almost 100,000 runes from killing that guy. So that should be worth a couple levels. Let's see here. Yep, at least 2 levels. So I'm going to put this one into Dex. So you see each point into Dex now is giving us 5 extra attack power. That's pretty solid. And I'll put, you know, as I said, I'm going to be alternating between Dex and Vigor. So still getting, you know, about 30 HP per level in Vigor. We did hit that first soft cap at 40. The next soft cap is going to be at 60. So, you know, we're not getting as much per level in Vigor as we were before, but still getting a pretty solid boost. And Dex, we're not even anywhere near the soft cap. So we're getting full boosts to Dex every time we level up Dex. So, let's see. We'll confirm that, and we have in this treasure chest Erdtree's Favor +1. This boosts HP, stamina, and equip load. So very solid talisman. I'm not going to equip it yet, probably, but I'll show you what it does. We have the base version of it. Now we also have the +1. You see the +1 gives you more stats, more of a boost into each category. But I'll probably equip this once we get our 4th pouch. But anyways, that's going to do it. That is it for the Subterranean Shunning Grounds. But as a little teaser, there are more secrets yet to come in this area, but that is the end of this dungeon proper. But we'll get to that in the next episode. And we'll also knock out that Catacombs that we unlocked down below. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And I hope you feel accomplished. This area is pretty tricky. And so pat yourselves on the back. You made it this far. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you all next time. Take care. Hope you all have a great day.